Hello and welcome to my YouTube channel. Please subscribe below. I'm just starting out, and if you could also share, it will help me. Thank you. I'm doing a Disney Animal Kingdom album share, and this is a large album because we spent a whole day there. We probably took 1,000 pictures. Anyway, it's about 50 double page spreads for Animal Kingdom. And this is the front page. When we got there, we took a portrait inside the front gates, and then there was a family portrait that we took in front of the Tree of Life, and it was such a beautiful picture. I had it blown up to an 8 by 10, which I never do because I can't stand scrapping them that big. There's no room for anything else. Anyway, I did for this picture because it would be a lovely keepsake for the family. Then I photographed the front gates so I would have a title that says Animal Kingdom. I then just matted this picture a few times, and then I just added this frame. It's an open frame, so I just tucked that inside so that the big leaf would coordinate with that. I love this it's a copper paper. It's brown and copper. I love it. So then I just did a horizon, half-inch border along the bottom, and a bunch of animals from Animal Kingdom that we would see in Animal Kingdom. And I also added a Mickey Mouse silhouette on there too, for a game for the kids. I would say, who can find Mickey Mouse? They were young when we went. So with the Disney logo, added some borders to just join all this, and that was a simple page and a nice opening to the album. So being a scrapbooker and knowing that I would be scrapbooking these pages a lot, I wanted to make sure my granddaughters were dressed in Disney colors to coordinate with everything, because I do that kind of thing. So I bought them each outfits and hats. There's a photo of one of the hats. And so I titled this page Arrive in Style, and I did a Minnie Mouse dressed in these papers. I cut out the layers in those papers. So anyway, this frame, I raised the top layer on pop foam dots, so it looks sunken, which is nice. It gives it texture. And then I put an embellishment behind the Disney logo to make it stand out. I added a flourish floral design here from Cricut, and I did a background banner behind Minnie so she would stand out as well. These frames are from Elegant Edges. I use that cartridge a lot for frames. I love the frames. They have matching borders and something called a book, which makes wonderful backgrounds for pages. So I use it a lot. This is a die. No, it isn't. It's a flourish that I cut out, and I just glued it on the edge. It looks like it's giving her a little hug. Love that page. Oh, by the way, when you go to Animal Kingdom, none of the characters are dressed in Disney colors. They're all dressed in safari clothes. So that backfired on me. Here's the next. Disney knows how to do photo opportunities. There were these lovely elephants there. The kids just climbed on them, and we took some pictures of them. So this was an elephant time at Disney, and so I did an elephant face there. I think that a lot of critters and animals look really good with big eyes. They look more cartoony and cute, so I did big googly eyes on them. I had animal paper, so the thing with being 2 or 3 years behind is you know what you're going to be scrapbooking in the future. So I knew I would be scrapbooking Animal Kingdom, and I had 2 years to find all kinds of animal paper. I put a Mickey there. So this page is on Safari. It's one of the rides at Animal Kingdom. you go through all the jungle. The pictures aren't here because I think the kids wanted to scrapbook some of them, so I ripped them off for them to scrapbook. There's a few pages without photos. They're missing. I did these quite a few years ago, so I'm sharing them now with you. Anyway, I love this. I picked some jungly papers. Animal print, that's paw prints. And on Safari title, because that was the name of the ride. And then there's Goofy in safari clothes. I thought it was fun to be. These were such fun to do. Love them. Oh, I added circles to run behind that banner and a little corner on that photo. Just little details. The pictures are missing on this one too. This was the elephant area. So I found this in Design Space, Tanzania, with an elephant image, and it's African. So I thought this mask looked African, and this image, it's from Southwest, but it looked African to me. And then I added a Mickey on here too. Well, this is from Edge to Edge, a zebra print. So I tucked the photos underneath in the openings here and there. So that was fun. These are such fun albums to do. Okay, this page was the giraffe area. So I originally have a Mickey Mouse here behind an iron gate, and then I created a scene. The giraffes were actually eating the tops of the trees when we were there, so I did a giant giraffe and made the trees a little shorter. Added a Disney sticker. So, by the way, at my website, if you go there, there's a link below. There's Design Space links for all of these pages, but they won't share if there are Disney images on a page. So I have, in the Design Space links, I have removed these, and I would have replaced it with something else. In this case, I did a lion, and this would be gone from the page. So you can just add them in yourselves, put them back in, but at least the link will open for all of the rest of the page, and you can use this just for a zoo page, actually. So you'll find them there. I loved creating this scene. It was a lot of fun. I just tucked 3 of his feet behind this frame that I made for it and put 1 foot over top and lifted it, and I lifted his head, but this is stuck to the back. That was fun. Okay, pretty in pink. There was a pink spoonbill. They're an unusual bird. Anyway, so I did a pretty in pink and did lots of pink pictures here. I have the Mickey and Daisy, Minnie and Daisy in pink and yellow to go with this paper. So that was fun. I rarely use stickers because I prefer the Cricut images, but I had this sticker, so I stuck it there. It was cute enough. Anyway, that's that page. Yeah, I love this page. When I was in Animal Safari, I'm from Toronto, Markham, and there's an Animal Safari out of town nearby, and they had all their vehicles were in this zebra print, as I recall from years ago. So when I was doing this, I wanted to put a safari animal in the page, so I remembered. Then I had zebra paper, so that's where I got that from. And then I just did a long border here for all these photos, so I could create a scene of Daisy flirting with Goofy, and Donald Duck is angry in that, because that's the angry image of him. I was trying to use different images, all the different Disney images, and there's just Goofy watching the whole scene. So that was just fun. Oh, he's in safari clothes. Okay, this was the flamingo area, and there was a Disney picture here, so you can add it back in. I found beautiful tropical paper, and it has the color of flamingos, so I did a beautiful flamingo here, and I lifted up his wing. I embossed these layers and inked them so they would look like patterned papers. So you can see with the Disney logo there. I lifted that up as well. Excuse me. Okay, there was a Nemo play. It was so good, and it was beautiful, and we couldn't take pictures in there for some reason. They just weren't turning out with the lighting and the lights. So my husband just videotaped it instead, because we couldn't get the photos. And when I got home and I looked at the videos, I learned that I could freeze frame them and take pictures. So I got beautiful pictures of all the Nemo play, and I did a scrapbook several pages you'll see with these. I'm so happy that I got the video so I could then scrapbook a bunch of Nemo, because I know the Pixar cartridge had tons of beautiful images of Nemo and Dory, and it's also got a lot of seaweed and underwater images too. So I used Kiwi Lane on this for backgrounds. This is holographic paper, and so big googly eyes on Nemo again, flourishy frames because it's underwater, and a title. This is a chipboard frame I added just over part of the photo. So, this is a chipboard shell, seashell as well. So now you're going to see some pages with all these wonderful Nemo images. This was a bubble page, and this is a seaweed image from that same Best of Pixar cartridge. I did bubble paper, bubble borders, and this stripe incorporates all these colors, so that was good. Add that, and then the fish. And I did emboss them and ink them, so you can see. The seaweeds all embossed and inked too. I love the licensed cartridges because there's so many layers, and I love the more detailed the better. This is going to be a bit of a long video. Okay, this is wonderful. So that's Squirt, and I love this turtle page. So I used Kiwi Lane borders across here and a scalloped top layer on top. This is all really cute bubbly type paper. So I did add bubbles, and this turtle is amazing. He's all embossed and inked, and it just shows so much detail on him. I just love him. That was a lot of fun. I got great photos all from that video, and they are fun to scrap. So this one, there's some jellyfish in there. So I did jellyfish on this page and used papers from, actually, this is a great album for Color Kaleidoscope, primary colors for doing Disney and that sort of thing. It's from the Paper Studio. It's from Hobby Lobby, and I've seen it there. I've used most of one, so I've bought a second one. I've seen it there recently, so great for doing primary colors and school pages and that type of thing too with children. So I have Kiwi Lane again here at the bottom, and then at the top going down, and this just looked like bubbly paper behind. I like to use a pattern paper for a layer in my Cricut images, for 1 or 2 layers anyway. It really makes a difference in how your images look. So these have a print or pattern paper and on them, and I like it. The fish I embossed and inked all around the edges, so he's really cute. Lots and lots of fun. Now we have, I did seaweed and coral page because this is the coral section of the show. So I did another title on here and just all kinds of coral around. This was simple page. This page is the shark. The shark came, and so I was trying to use up all the other images in the, oh, there is a seahorse here. So I added a seahorse, seaweed, and a shark on my Kiwi Lane and tucked the photos behind some of the layers. It was delightful. He's a scary looking shark. Then we took a train ride, I believe, to the Asia area. So here's a train car image that I found, and I had these little stickers from Disney, so I stuck them in the windows because they would be too small to make Cricut images. So I did a giant tree here, and I also did a little train, a border. This is a border punch from Martha Stewart. Now this was the lions section of the safari. And these lions must have made a big impression on my granddaughter. For the rest of the 2 weeks that we were in Florida, every picture of her has her hand doing she's roaring with her hand sticking out in every photo. That's so cute. You'll see some of them coming up. Okay, so the lions were sleeping on rocks. Anyway, so this was just a beautiful sunset paper with a silhouette of trees like African. So I did a silhouette of some lions walking around, and I made a frame with this. Is the Deco Shell Border Punch from Martha Stewart. This is the circle border punch. I love that. I think I have them all. I did a beautiful big lion's face on top of that. And these are from Reminisce, I think, the beautiful floral image. Just added a flourish for interest and a little lion walking along the top of that frame. I love that. So this is a bamboo area of the park. And it was nice to go into the shade for a bit. It was very hot. So I just did some bamboo pieces on some Kiwi Lane. Kept this very simple. I love this color scheme. And my house is all this color. So I just added a Disney title. Kept it very simple. And a goofy picture there because the kids were in it. And then I shadowed my Kiwi Lane by cutting it out twice, once in black and once in green. I think it really makes it pop. So, this is Eye of the Tiger. This was the tiger cage. So, I did a giant frame for this picture of the tiger and added gems. For this title, I just found the word eye and the word tiger and just added, these are Creative Memories letters I added in there. Just, it's a border that I bought. And then this is from Iron, the Iron cartridge. And this is the team spirit, I believe. It's a team logo. So, I love that bird. It's probably not even a tiger, but I made it look like one. Anyway, and added a frame for another photo here. So, and here we begin with the hear me roar, her hands are roaring. There's the little hand. In every picture from here on in, she has a roaring hand. So I put grrr on several of the pages because she's growling. Anyway, here's the lion that caused this scene, and a pretty border down here. This was dark photos in the jungle with red, so I used a dark paper and added the red. Oh, this is from Storybook. So I added corners matching and did a small border over there that I'll match. So this Animal Kingdom, I did a title here. Photos are missing again. I just did, found a pretty paper that was the color scheme in the photos, and then picked one of them for a background, a coordinate. I added a tulip punch, deep edge border punch from Martha Stewart there. Did a great big tree and did some Mickey faces coming out, peeking out of the leaves of the tree. I've only got 2 left. The kids must have pulled them off. So that's that page. So we were in the India section. So I thought it was a novel way, new way for me to scrapbook animal pages by images from the country that they're from. So I did the Taj Mahal here, and a title India instead of anyway, I added a Minnie Mouse in safari chic and a border that I had purchased that I embellished underneath and put on top. I embossed this, and there's another page. Oh, these are earrings from the jewelry section in Michael's. They're very thin and lightweight, and there were many of them, so because it was India and they wear a lot of gold jewelry, I added those. This is in the India section as well. I love this page. My granddaughter was cooperating and posing. We bribed them all day long to keep posing for pictures. So she was posing for me nicely amongst these urns and things. So I just thought I would do this is a different style for me. I usually do everything Cricut. So I do like this style, but it's just not me. I do it from time to time, though, with blocks of different papers. These are all from K & Company. I think it's a sunflower pad. And so this is a book image from Elegant Edges that I said I referred to earlier. They make nice backgrounds. So I use it, and I often will put a circle photo inside it as a background. And here's another big one back here in this, but it's mostly covered over. So I did 3 embellishment clusters on this with stickers, which I don't usually buy, but they were lovely. I like 3D ones, so they were quite nice. And then I just added the butterflies from Martha Stewart's thing. These are clock metal embellishments. They're clocks. And I guess, oh, here's another earring, a different earring embellishment. Such a pretty cluster. So, and we're still in the India section. So I found an image. This is, I think it's called Raj. This is an image from Design Space, and this is again in that style with banners and chunks of shapes of papers in the backgrounds. So I had these little stickers from an Animal Kingdom deluxe scrapbook album that I made my husband drive all over Florida one day, all over Orlando, going to all the Disney resorts to find this deluxe scrapbook kit. And if you'll notice, I haven't used it yet. And I'm halfway through the album, but don't tell him. Anyway, so this is more pictures of her posing with her roaring hand. So here's our Tigger with her grrr title. I did Tigger on here, Winnie the Pooh page. And there she is laying under the two of them laying under a tiger. So I did a tiger theme on this page. So this paper was so beautiful. I never used it. I just loved it. So I wouldn't use it. So finally I decided I've got to use it. So I cut it up into 3 chunks like this. And then I just placed them around the page where they would fit. And I put my photos in and amongst sections. So I just added a border here to ground him. I don't like an image just floating anywhere, so I like to put something behind them or under them. And I repeated that border up there. So that's my Tigger page. We're still in the, this is Asia part. So I did a pagoda because the girls are in a pagoda here. So I also decided to just do hexagons. So I did a hexagon theme on this page. I just cut out several in Cricut, and then I placed them around here to create a border along the side and go. And I made some extras to put on top of the photos. This is a border punch from Martha Stewart, punch around the page, a geometric one. The hexagon theme came from the paper, the background paper, and then I used this 2 different pattern papers to make this pagoda, which, makes it interesting to me. It adds interest. And, excuse me, there are cut lines on a lot of Cricut images, so I go over them with pen, and they do add detail. I think you're supposed to do that. They add a lot of detail to the image when you do that. So, anyway, there's Minnie Mouse, dressed in black and white and red like my girl. So this page, it was hot. The girls were really hot, so we were just taking a break. I decided to use the Mickey ears images to do a theme for this page, and did it in brown and red mostly. So I dressed Mickey in brown and red. I used Kiwi Lane over here, moved it in from the edge, and then did a piece over here. And then I did, from this, I used the other 2 pieces to run along the middle to join all this. So I did a fancy frame for this larger photo, tucked it underneath this Cascades from Kiwi Lane, and then I put a Mickey ears hat on that frame and a Mickey ears on top of this picture. Did some Mickey hands holding this picture and added a Mickey title. There's black gems on all these Mickey heads too. I like that page. It's a different color scheme for Disney, so I guess that's why I like it. So this is just a grandma thing. When they posed on this lamp post, she put her foot up, and I just thought that was so cute. So I went in and took a close-up photo of the foot in my program and made that for this page over here to make a coordinating page. And then I did a big image of her little running shoe. So because it's blue, because of the lamp post, I looked through for a Disney image that was blue, and it happened to be Donald Duck. So again, I have the grrr title because the roaring hand is still going. So I like that page. That was cute. So then there was a Lion King show. And this page had all the characters. The photos are gone. But anyway, there's one of the characters left. So this is from my super duper Disney Deluxe album, and I guess this paper was too. I had to create the Lion King title, so I looked it up online and just to see what their logo title was like, and I created that. So this is another Lion King. The monkeys were doing acrobatic stuff, so that was really amazing. So I got these photos from the video as well. Thank goodness, or I wouldn't have had any Lion King to scrapbook. This is a great monkey image. It's a licensed image as well. Excuse me. So this is more. These were the monkeys doing acrobats all over. So the only acrobatic images at the time that I could find in Design Space were the rings. So I just did the rings all over the page to make it, give it a theme actually. So that works for that. Now is the parade. They're always a highlight of a day at Disney. So this was fun. This was Donald Duck coming through the parade. So I used his the images from the cartridge for him. They're anchors. Did a parade title here on my border. Because I had star paper, I used star border punch along here. I just made a circle with a star on it there. This was, I don't know, an elephant and some other kind of creature. Fun. These are fun pages. I like these are the frames again from Elegant Edges, and I just added a few stars. Here's Goofy in the parade. He's, so I'm near the end of this album, and I decided I hadn't used any of the paper from my Disney's pad that we shopped like crazy for, so I'd better use some. So I did. This page is with using some stickers and papers from that pad. I started to use them in the last few pages here. So that's just Goofy dressed in safari clothes. And there was a vulture here, so I did a vulture. Now, this is Mickey Mouse. He's at the back of the parade, I guess. So that ends the parade. So I did him and his car on these big borders from Elegant Edges that match these frames. So I dressed him in the colors that he was in the parade. Good. Now, when it was hot, we stopped for some treats, and the girls were having these ice cream Mickey Mouse treats. And here's a sticker that was in the album of that. So I used the Mickey Mouse picture with ears for a theme for this page and did them all over. This is Kiwi Lane background here with papers from the Disney album. This is actually a photo that I took from in a Disney store because I loved it so much. I knew it would make an amazing background for a Disney page, so I blew it up to an 8x10. And then I added a border to it with stars. This is a framed photo with Mickey ears again. Mickey. Put some diamonds on those ears and a cooling off title because we were taking a break eating ice cream. So in the Design Space link for this page on my website, I did an image that was similar, a silhouette image that was similar to this, but it's not Disney. Excuse me. It is a clown. But it looks really good too, so it would be cute for a different kind of a page. Okay, here's another cooling off break, but this time it was with popsicles. So she had a multicolored rainbow popsicle here. So I did there was glitter on this flower, so I added the shimmer glitter to the popsicles, and then these flowers, and then I added it to the centers of all of the flowers along the top. By the way, this is Kiwi Lane on here and there. I use them a lot. I really like them. This might have been before my inking days, or actually I just forgot to ink. Sometimes you get so involved. I cut this flower image out. This may be a Creative Memories flower image that I just put a round picture inside of. And then I have the reverse of one that I put a photo inside there and there. That I do believe is a floral image from them. Okay, now a page with all my Disney papers. So they were cute, so I used, this is all from the album. There's frames, 1, 2, 3 frames from that album. And then I cut out a frame with the paper. And these are all Disney head papers from that. There's a sticker and another sticker. So that's simple, but it's quite neat effect with the geometric, with the triangles coming in and out. I like that page. Oh, my favorite Chip and Dale. When I was a kid, they were my favorite cartoon. So we did have our picture taken with Chip and Dale. So I did them with patterned paper. I think you'll see again, it really makes a difference in how the image turns out. I also like to do, I embossed it as well. So I did, found acorn paper, and then I did acorns images from Design Space and this lovely tree. I think it's from Serenade. I embellished here with leaf border punch, Martha Stewart it is. And this image of, this is Chip, I embossed her whole image, and this is the paper. But I wanted you to notice I put chalk cheeks on her, little pink cheeks, and then I put eyelashes on her eyes, and then I put these little dots with a very fine pen on her nose. I do that, I did it on him too, but it won't show up. But I do that on lots of animal images. It's so cute. It adds a lot to the image. And it's fun. It just lets you play with your page longer. So this is a punch around the page, border punch from Martha Stewart, the leaf, this one. I've lost one of these pages. So this was the Tree of Life. If on my website you'll see the other side, and it also has a Design Space link for the 2 pages. So I used this as a frame cartridge that I used, and a leaf border on here. I used a couple of the leaf images here on top, and these are photo corners that I put on top to create a frame on these 1, 2, 3, 4 layers, 5 layers, and then the photo. Then I put the photo corners. So, now this was, the roof area was all space in one of the shops. I think it might have been a dinosaur place or something. But when you looked up in the shop, it was all stars and planets up there. It was amazing. So I had some stars and that paper. So I did some planets and the sun and a spaceship. And this is from the Hannah Montana cartridge, this frame, Superstar. So this is dinosaur area, Dinorama, for little kids, it was. This was, the photos are gone, but I did find this one. So this was the color scheme that I went with. They were kind of a green, tealy green, and orange in this area. So the photos that that's where I got my color theme from. And then I used the Kiwi Lane scallops on this. I did a dinosaur egg, baby one, with a palm tree here, and a prehistoric plant there. They're all from, I think that's from Dino Play. Dino Play, I think is that cartridge. So this is when we were going in at the end of the day. Everyone was tired. We were going into the Rainforest Cafe for dinner, and so it was all animal things. These were all photos from inside the cafe. This is a circle punch from Martha Stewart that I used to make a frame. And I think this is a Creative Memories cutout that I mounted it on, 2 layers. The Kiwi Lane background here, and this beautiful giraffe. He's so cute. Then I just added, because it's cartoony, I like to keep the flowers cartoony, and I added some little stickers of a mushroom and a bug. Another bug. Oh, this is a border with bugs across here and there. And the last page is in the Rainforest Cafe for dinner that night. The kids are tired having dinner, but anyway, there were, I found this fabulous paper, and I used Kiwi Lane on this too. This frame I embossed and inked to make it look like it was patterned paper, and the frog I embossed and inked him too. Makes him really stand out, really cute. Just this page runs like this. It all is connected. So it starts with photos into the border, onto this border, this photo, and around, and stops there. They are not connected. So, and then I did some little frames, thin, couple of them, one in a diagonal and one in a square, and mounted them on top of that. So I'm going to raise this so you can just see the embossing and what a difference it makes. Now that was plain paper, and the frog is really cute too. Okay, well that's the end of my album. Please subscribe if you haven't already, and thank you for watching my video. Go to my website, meandmycricut.com. It's listed below. I also have a Facebook group. It's all listed underneath. Thank you.